So, guys, a couple of months ago, I did a video about Errol Spence saying Errol Spence believes he could beat Canelo Alvarez. What do I make of this? What do I make of Errol Spence and Canelo Alvarez? I feel Errol Spence is too small to fight Canelo at middleweight. Oscar De La Hoya, however, has said that he would love to make that fight. Let's see Errol Spence come back after the accident. Now, there are talks that Errol Spence is growing out of welterweight and he needs to move to 154. But again, a big middle. I've always said a big welterweight doesn't mean you're a big middleweight, and doesn't mean you're a middleweight. Errol Spence has said that he feels that he walks around at 180 and he can easily. But the fact is, Errol Spence can make welterweight. Canelo can't. You know, Canelo's a big, big dude. He's fought at 175, knocked out Kovalev at 175. Floyd Mayweather has also talked about this fight, saying that, you know, he feels that one day it'll be the super fight between Errol Spence and Canelo Alvarez. How do I see this one going? I've already told you guys I believe Canelo would knock out Errol Spence. A lot of you say, well, Cotto was a very, very good fighter. Very, very good fighter. We don't know if Errol Spence is on that level yet. You know, I know Errol Spence has got some good wins, but Cotto was a very, very good fighter. Very, very good fighter. You know? And I don't know whether Errol Spence is on that level yet. And I do think Canelo has improved since then as well. Canelo's getting better and better and better. And I think that Errol Spence, remember Errol Spence's style. He can box, but Canelo can box as well, just as good as Errol Spence, right? And a lot of you have a criticism of Errol Spence that he's quite flat-footed, right? That's not gonna help against Canelo, because Canelo's the heavier-handed guy. Errol Spence doesn't punch harder than Canelo, right? And Errol Spence fights in a way where he walks you down, right? And he beats you up. That's how he normally fights. Now, he may be able to box, but he'll probably have to box on the back foot, because Canelo's probably going to be the stronger one walking him down. So how's Errol Spence going to be able to handle Canelo? Canelo's very, very strong. Very, very strong. He's very, very strong. That's what people don't understand. And he's got a brilliant chin, so you're not going to hurt the guy. You know, Golovkin, he took all of Golovkin's best shots, and Golovkin couldn't dent him. So Errol Spence definitely isn't going to hurt Canelo Alvarez. But Canelo Alvarez can hurt him. And Canelo's a good boxer. And Canelo's got good defense. Canelo's a complete fighter. You know, a lot of you give Canelo a lot of stick, but Canelo's a complete fighter. And his resume is unbelievable. He's beaten so many top fighters. You know, the guy's resume is on another level. The amount of top fighters that he's been in the ring with and he's beat is second to none. So I don't feel that Errol Spence will be big enough to beat Canelo. I know a lot of people like Floyd, and there's many guys that believe in Errol Spence and think he's special. But do I think he could beat Canelo at middleweight? No, I don't. But Errol Spence believes he can, and that's the most important thing. Errol Spence has said it numerous of times that he doesn't see anything special in Canelo, and he feels he can beat Canelo, and he feels he's bigger than Canelo, right? He feels that, you know what, Canelo's not that big. I walk around even bigger than Canelo, but that don't mean anything. The fact is, you're fighting at welterweight. You can say you're a big dude and I walk around at 200 pounds, then why are you fighting at welterweight then? Why don't you fight at middleweight if you're that big? You know, because he's not that big. And he can make welterweight, because that when he's at 180, 190, that's just him eating a lot of food and putting on fat. That's not him being in shape or him being at fighting weight, you know, because otherwise he'd be fighting at middleweight. You know, nowadays these guys have like scientists with them and know exactly what weight they should be fighting at and how their body, you know, responds to being at that particular weight. It's all calorie count and all monitored now. There's science behind it. It's no longer like the olden days. There's all science involved now with these guys making weight, putting weight on. So at the end of the day, I just think that for me personally, I think Errol Spence is too small. But Errol Spence believes he can beat Canelo at middleweight. He does. And maybe in the future, that's a fight that will happen. Who knows? Who knows? It would be a super fight. But does Errol Spence win? Probably not. But leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think, guys. And guys, remember to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.